Hello guys, today I will show you the best settings on how to play the game Tokyo Xtreme Racer with a Moza R3 wheel. First, let's go over the Moza Pit House settings. In my wheelbase settings, I have the maximum steering angle set at 540 degrees. I wouldn't recommend a value higher than this, because else you need to turn the wheel too much to steer through corners. You can lower this value to 360 degrees if you want. This is your own preference. Next we have the limit settings. This is what blocks you from turning the wheel beyond the set amount. This settings is also preference. I have mine at a hard limit, but if you want, you make the limiter softer. Next up are the game force feedback intensity and the maximum torque. These should always be at 100%. Force feedback reversal can stay off. I'm not sure how useful interpolation is either, so keep that disabled. Dead zone compensation can also stay disabled. Gear shift vibration is already implemented in the game, so this also stays off. Maximum wheel speed I'd keep at 100%. Turn hands off, protection off, and performance output at full. This will make sure the base always delivers full power. Natural dampening I would recommend not going below 5%. This will prevent your wheel from excessive wobbling. The other sliders can all be put at 0% as they're not useful for this game. Last but not least, make sure to keep game spring in the bottom right at 100%. This is very important as you won't get any force feedback if you turn this off. TXR does not support any telemetry, so our PM lights are not very useful. This is where you can calibrate and set the curve of the pedals. And if you have the Moza shifter, you can set it up here. Now, let me show me the in-game settings. If you have a shifter and clutch, turn automatic clutch off. I don't have one, so I will keep this enabled. We aren't playing with a controller, so vibration can be disabled. The rest is personal preference. Graphics depends on what your PC can handle. I just have everything maxed. In the drive section of the controls is where you have to map all the settings. The pedals and steer can be bound up here. If you have a handbrake, depending if it's a digital or analog one, you can also bind it. I just use one of the buttons on the wheel. If you don't have a clutch, you can just skip the setting, else bind it here. Shift up and down can be bound to your paddles or a shifter in sequential mode. The rest of these binds are personal preference. The following sliders are very important. Anyone that says response time, return time, or dead zone, make sure to turn this down to 0. Last but not least are the force feedback settings. The best value for the Moza R3 is in my opinion around 70 or 75. Any higher, and you will experience FFB clipping. The rest can all stay at 100%, but if you want you can turn down the shift vibration a bit. Very important, disable steering wheel correction. This is a setting meant for controllers and will reduce the steering range once the car speeds up, which we don't need for a wheel. All the way down are the individual gear binds, useful for a shifter. The menu binds are completely personal preference. Feel free to bind these two however you'd like. Now I'm gonna show some gameplay.